You think you've had a bad day? My son woke me up at the glorious hour of 4 a.m. with a good morning stinky. The remnants of a fever, a cranky disposition, and a dopey look that was either the effect of too much medication or an overdose of "Oh, Mandy, you came and you gave without taking, and I sent you away, oh, Mandy." He wouldn't eat his breakfast. He wouldn't play in his fenced-in play area we lovingly refer to as Traz, as in Alcatraz. He would not stop whining. That constant whining, 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 in that pitch that just about sends me over the edge. Whining, whining, whining. Forget waterboarding the terrorists. Take him. He will have criminals crying on their knees in minutes. So I'm thinking, okay, kid, let's take a bath. You love baths, toys, bubbles. And it seemed like a good idea. I mean, since the right side of his hair was mashed to his head with crusted drool, his and mine. Let's just say bath time was not pleasant. And let me say it in 4 words. Turd in the tub. I like to think I'm a natural earth mother, bonded to my son for life through the process of nurturing his fetus and springing forth new life from my loins. I know without a doubt I would run through fire for that boy, kill to protect him, take him, and you better take me first, but I'm going to tell you what. I don't do turds. It is my Achilles heel. It is my Superman's kryptonite. It is my weakness, and I'm ashamed to admit it, but I am repulsed by my own kids' poops. And probably other kids' poops, but, well, I haven't had the pleasure. So I'm sitting there bathing my precious one, who I am convinced has so narrowly escaped the bird flu, and I see a piece of pancake floating by. Oh, that's nothing. Kid hides food everywhere. It often ends up floating beside Rubber Ducky. But this morning was not the case, for soon following the sight of a tiny wedge of pancake came a more frightful sight. I could literally hear the theme music from Jaws. Da-da, da-da, as that turd rounded the corner of this swimsuit-clad Ernie reclining in his little plastic floating bath. And I don't think they screamed any louder in the movie than I did sitting on that bathroom floor. Words screamed out in vain. Turd in the tub! Turd in the tub! Words that fell on an empty house as Junior spotted the turd and squealed out in glee at the new bath toy, sending me into even further fits of terror. Turd in the tub! Turd in the tub! Call 911! I'll spare you the details of that 2-hour process to remove the said turd, disinfect the tub, the toys, and my kid, and leave a message on my husband's cell phone to look for a new house on the way home because we were moving, because there was no way I was ever going to step foot in that turd-infected tub again. He didn't call me back. He was used to those sort of messages. So that's how my morning started. And as those kind of mornings usually went, it didn't just stop there. Because as I'm trying to clean up the poop, my precious Junior is screaming from Traz where I threw him to get him out of the way. He's crying, he's throwing toys, and he's trying to get my attention. And I'm ready to give him to the will work for food guy standing on the corner and call it a day when I hear him throwing up. So I go running in to see Junior, who's quiet for once, and he's staring down curiously at a pile of, well, recycled pancakes and applesauce. Don't feel sorry for him. It was not the sort of barf that should induce sympathy. You see, Junior, he'd recently learned a new trick to get my attention, sticking his finger down his throat to make himself gag. Oh, how he loved to see me come running. Well, you can imagine his joy at this newfound trick. So I'm counting to 10, imagining a spring meadow and reminding myself that one day he will be president and this will all be worth it. Till they find out their new president poops in the tub. And then the phone rings. Of course it does. This is always when the phone rings. Now, a ringing phone in my house is not good because I work out of my house, which means that call could either be a friend wanting to chat or a client wanting to book me for that one big job that will secure our future. The correct answer would be to let the machine get it and call him back at a better time, but I wasn't thinking clearly. I'm sorry, I had turd on the brain, and without thinking, I answered the phone. Call me a glutton for punishment. And of course, it was a client. So now I'm holding my hand over my child's mouth so he won't cry. I'm cleaning up barf with one foot and pushing the dog away with the other. And I'm hearing the bathroom rug that I'd shoved into the washer go on unbalanced, and the machine is now bucking itself backwards in the laundry room as the bug guy is spraying around the house and peeking through my windows. Hoping for the same luck he had last month, catching me during yoga. And this client is grilling me about an upcoming event, wondering if I have what it takes to meet their needs. Do I have, and I quote, what it takes to hold my own in a stressful situation? Please. And it's not even 9 o'clock. And as it always works on my life, on the peaceful days, I get no calls. And on days like this, the phone rings off the hook. So I turn into super mommy super speaker. I clean the kid, I clean the floor, I clean the tub, I clean the rug, I clean the front seat of the car. That's a whole different story. I get the package out to the clients, I return 4 calls, get my kid to take his nap, and thank heaven for that cold medication we call his special juice, and even manage to get a roast thrown in the oven, along with a couple of potatoes and, well, what I'm hoping was an onion. And I have a glorious 5 minutes to myself before hubby comes home, in which I brush my teeth, watch 30 seconds of a sitcom, and take a nap. My husband pulls in, and he's all like whistling some Barry Manilow tune. He's like, "I'm home, sweetie. How was your day?" I meet him at the front door with a smile pasted on my face, because that's what the marriage book said to do. Different story. And after giving me a kiss, he sees a bag of dry cleaning sitting beside the front door that I never got around to dropping off. And he looks at me and that eyebrow goes up and he's all quizzled. When I explained to him that I didn't have time, he says, "Well, honey, what did you do all day?" That's the last time he'll ask me that question. Yeah, you think you had a bad day. I'm just saying.